Hi everyone, welcome to Values. Today we're looking at Ambrx Biopharma and this stock is going gangbusters. It is up 550%, which is insane. Like, when have you seen a stock go up that much? Like, you might have seen it once or you might have never seen it at all and this is your first time. This is just absolutely crazy, and even after rising by that much, the market cap of this stock is only $100 million. So imagine that. That's really insane. So the public float of this stock is around 36 million shares. At least that's what I've seen initially anyway. Might do a bit more research into that. So at 36 million shares, it means there's not actually that many shares available to be traded, and that this stock at 100 million could go up further, particularly when you consider that, hey, they just released some really important results. It says Ambrx shares surge after encouraging early safety efficacy data from breast cancer candidate. So that's showing some really promising data around breast cancer, and you know that's going to be a big deal. So I think that's going to get the market really excited. So as it says here, data presented demonstrated a 51.7% overall response rate and 100% disease control rate after treatment with AMRx 788. Like, at the moment, those drug names don't make as much sense to me because I haven't actually dived into it yet. But from a trading point of view, you don't actually need to know that much entirely about what the drug does and how it's effective. The thing is, the data is really effective, the market cap is tiny, and basically you've got a really small float as well. So you probably can't see the volume part about it. So I'm just going to move the screen and I will move to the side here so you can basically see the volume. And the volume's at 65 million. So if we assume basically around 36 million shares are available to be traded, and 65 million shares have traded so far, with a few more hours of trading to go, that potentially the whole the whole public float would have traded around twice for today. So, and that's with news not really getting out, because sometimes I will click on here just to see what's going out. Okay, actually it is a trending stock. So in a way, the news has gone out, but I don't think anywhere near as much as we would feel like it could. I think people are seeing this number and going, this stock's going up 550%. So, you know, something like that has to come back down because it's gone up by so much. But here's a lesson as well. Look at the market cap. It's 100 million market cap for a company that potentially made that has really promising data. So that's the thing. I'll dive into a bit more, but I just kind of got, in a sense, very excited about seeing a company just jump up this much. That it's just crazy. Like, it is crazy to see a stock just go up 500%. I don't know when the last time I saw something go up this much, or maybe I haven't, because I don't actually have the recall, but it is in my time zone super early, so I haven't actually had that much sleep. So I saw it and I just went, wow, a stock going up that much is pretty incredible. So I will do more research into everything that's around this, but at the end of the day, of course, like, even if I do a lot of research, the science around it is probably beyond me to really go if it's gonna be helpful or not. Basically, I can only look at the data result, and the data is showing a 51.7 response rate, which is actually really good. So also the one thing here as well, they've got 2 phase 3 studies going on, and 1 registration enabled phase 2 study, and that's with the AMRx 788, and that is being conducted by Ambrx's partner Codex Biopharmaceuticals, and they're doing that in China, and the readout is basically the results are predicted next year in 2023. So there we go. There's actually quite a few things going on. And yeah, most important is they're showing some in the preliminary results that there's good efficacy. It's effective and it's safe. And that's one thing that's really, really important in the initial stages, because that gives them more confidence to continue. Also gives the market a lot of confidence when it comes to looking at the stock and going, is this something special or is it not? And looking like on a trading aspect, I'd say this is something special. In terms of the company aspect of what they're really doing, I'll have to do more research and then see how that goes. But yeah, I'm just flabbergasted in a sense, because you look at that and you go, that is one big rise for a stock, and that was not the peak. Like, the peak of the stock was $4.21. So imagine that, $4.21. That the stock basically in a sense did almost 1,000%, or did it to 1,000%. So yeah, I think potentially it did do 1,000% for the peak if we're looking at $4.21. But don't quote me, of course. Maybe it didn't do up to 1,000%, but I'd say it was close. Just using some very quick estimations. But wow. I'll do some more research and I'll get back to you and I'll make a video, and then we'll see how it goes. Alright, so the stocks also, it is bouncing back and forth, which is very, very normal. So it might even dip below that 500% on the overall end of the day, just because it's a Friday. People are going to take profits, because if you're a trader, usually you don't like to hold your stocks over the weekend, just because things can happen during the weekend. So then people get a bit anxious, then they just basically whatnot. But if you're a person that sort of believes in the company and sort of believes what they have, and goes, actually, if what they have is actually as good as they say they have, and the company's just trading at 100 million, which is really, really cheap, then and also, of course, if they haven't already promised to do a huge raise at a huge discount to the share price, then that should be fine. The main thing is that there's nothing also holding back the share price as well. Then I think for today, potentially this is it. This is all the share price is going to do, and then potentially you wait for next week. Because I think for what they've announced, I could see the share price being a lot higher, potentially next week testing back to that peak, and seeing how that goes. That's all I want to say today. Until then, good luck investing, everyone. Let me know if you've got any questions or comments, and I'll see you next time.